Good morning, everyone. Today, I'm hunting for dewberry leaves. So, let's get started. So, I am looking for dewberry leaves today, and I have a field here full of them. And you can see one like right here. See the little red top and the green leaves? And you see how the leaves are rigid, and you could also see that hopefully you can see that there's thorns on this. So that is dewberry leaf, and that's what I'm looking for today. And dewberry leaf is good for sore throats, which I have one today, so that's why I'm picking. And I like to pick the tops because they're nice and fresh. And then you see this one is a new green leaf versus the duller shade of the old leaf, so I'll take that too. And as you can see, let's try it again. Here's another one. The new top right there. And if you'll see, what I do is I pinch it all together and then pull it. And the reason is I mentioned there were thorns, right? And those little boogers, they get under your skin and just get irritating. So what I do is I fold the leaf, and that's why I picked the new part as well. You know, it's a healthier leaf. And then the thorns aren't as obnoxious. And then you can just fold the leaf over the thorns, and you won't have a problem. I need to show you a difference between dewberry and this little dude right here. See that? And then there's a dewberry. Okay, so dewberry has serrated edges, which this one has 3 edges of their leaf, right? This right here is poison ivy, which you don't want. And then this right here is dewberry leaf, which you do want. Also, I'd point out, you see how this one is really close to this plant? Me, I leave this plant alone because of this plant. I definitely don't want that in my tea. Alright, so I'm going to continue picking, and then I'll be back. This right here is fresh dewberry leaf. As you can see, the serrated edges. This is where the tops have turned green. You can look underneath, and you'll see little bitty thorns. Alright, and when you go out in the field, you'll find tops that are kind of a purple. And you can pick those too. Those are freshly made tops, and then they will turn green and shiny, and those are still good leaves. And then as it gets older, you'll start seeing spots on the older ones. You don't want that. That's a fungus. But there you go. There are fresh dewberry leaves, and that's what you're wanting to pick. And how you use these leaves for tea is you can make a green tea, out of the fresh leaves, or you can dry them. See, these are dried. And then, as you can see under here, it's been crushed. So once they're dried, you can crush it to make it easier to put it in your tea bag. This is what the crushed leaves look like. And that just makes it easier to put in your tea bag. And we'll take that and we'll take about 2 teaspoons to put in our tea bag. So now we have taken our dried tea leaves and putting them in a tea bag. We've put about 2 teaspoons in a tea bag, and we have our tea bag in a mason jar, and our water is heating. As you can see, it's getting warm. And one of my tricks about pouring water into a jar is, for one, is you want to make sure that the jar is good for a heat source. That's why I like using mason jars or canning jars. And then I also will take a knife or some sort of silverware, and I'll put it in my jar, and then I'll pour the water directly onto the knife itself. It kind of dissipates the heat from hitting the side of the jar and possibly busting it. So now that I have water that's hot enough, I am going to pour it into my jar. As you can see, I'm pouring it onto my knife. Okay, so I will let this sit. Oh, I forgot a lid. But I will put a lid on this and then let it sit for about 20 minutes to steep, get all the nutrients that I want from the plant material. So we will be back shortly. So I'm back, and as you can see, I had my tea covered, and you want to do that to make sure that you don't have the volatile oils from your tea escape while it is steeping. And I just used a plate. You can use a lid for your mason jar, but it's been about 15 minutes, and now I just want to squeeze out the stuff from your tea bag, and now you have a dewberry leaf tea. So this is a hot tea that I will be taking for my sore throat today, but dewberry tea makes a great summertime cold tea, like iced tea. And you would steep it the same way, and then you would put ice in it. You would just add, if you're going to make a pitcher of it, just add more of your leaves, just like making black tea or orange tea. You would use the right amount of tea leaves for the size of tea that you're going to be making. Make it just like this, and then stick it in the fridge, and it makes a great cold tea. It has a slight berry taste to it. And the reason I use dewberry, for one, it has a great taste. For two, it's free out in my yard. And for three, it's actually good for sore throats, and it is in the raspberry family. It's a cousin of the raspberry, so you can use it as a raspberry substitute for female complaints. So this is my video on making dewberry leaf tea. This is Bekka, and I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. This lets me know that this is content that you're looking for. Also, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell button, and you will receive notices the next time I upload a video. So I am going to enjoy my tea, and hopefully I will sound better next video, but bottoms up.